Bitcoin's exiting a bear market, and it's not going to come without volatility and also boringness, if that's a word. And that's where we are. I mean, this is a 6-hour chart zoomed in right now on Bitcoin. This is weeks worth of data, meaning 4 weeks, Bitcoin really hovering around the same exact price point. $27,000, $28,000 I do the video. Back here, same price weeks ago, March 21st. But in this video, I want to lay out something I spotted on the daily chart, a very intriguing data point happening right now, playing out right now. I want to break it down for you. It portrays not only the possibility that something big is about to happen, but also that it could be very bullish. And I want to be very clear about something right now. In this same exact video where we talk about this bullish upside, I'm going to talk about downside because the bulls might fail. And there's a lot of reasons they could fail. But I want to show you the data that I've discovered on this Bitcoin daily chart. So let's step right into it. Please hit that subscribe, hit that like button. It really means a lot. Your support means a lot, and let's do this. So this is Bitcoin on the daily zoomed out. It's, it's choppy, it's messy, but I want to try and focus on a very certain particular area of this chart, namely the top of the bull market, right? Top of the bull market, Bitcoin's falling, and it pulls back in to the 200-day moving average, this red line. That move, kind of visualize it, memorize it, and just remember it. And then what it did after that is it bounces up and it kind of just cruises along the 20-day moving average here. Kind of some, let me zoom in a little bit. Consolidation right here of support. I'm sorry, that's resistance. And then the fall. That move. So to the 200-day and kind of down and grinding along the 20-day moving average and then a fall. What I want to do now is I want to just compare this move to the bear market low and what Bitcoin is doing right now. And to do that best is probably to invert the chart. So here's the bull market high inverted, looks very much similar to the bear market low we just put in. And what's going on here? This is what we have. Bitcoin exiting the bull market, pulling into the 200-day moving average and making a move to the upside. And then what do we have? We have just this move to the upside, continued higher highs and higher lows. Let me invert the chart again and let's talk about this because here we are. It's happening now in this bear market. So what happened in that bull market, happening now in the bear market, meaning we have Bitcoin exiting the bear. We have the 20-day in green just crossing above the 50 and the 200, the blue and red lines. And then we have Bitcoin falling to the 200-day moving average. You see that move is the move coming out of the bull market into the bear back here, falling. And then it bounces down, right? Kind of slowly starts meeting into the 200-day moving average, very similar to what happened back here. And check this out. We open up our momentum oscillators and look at this move. So the move when Bitcoin was bouncing off the 200-day moving average and kind of coming down more, that consolidation, look at it on the RSI, slower moving momentum oscillator. This is what it was looking like, just sideways at the lower end of the oscillator before falling. And check this out. Right now, the move this time around in this bullish move to the upside, we have Bitcoin on the RSI, same thing, towards the upper end of the RSI, consolidating, right? Are we going to get this explosive, similar move? And what I want to do to even draw a kind of more macro picture to this is we look at the fundamentals of bear markets versus bull markets. So we could easily, again on this chart, flip the chart and we can say, man, that bull market high inverted looks extraordinarily similar to the move that we're getting right here. And so we flip it back to the move that we actually are getting right here and look at it. We have the 20-day getting ready to cross above the 50-day moving average. What was that move? That was the move signaling the bear market. Well, now we're getting a very similar move signaling the bull market. So all of these things, even from a macro perspective, kind of coming together. And to really put it simple, if we look at a zoomed out Bitcoin chart, you see this space between the 50-week moving average and the 20-week moving average, just that space, that's bear market space. But the same thing happens in bull markets. There's bull market space, right? Where the 20-day is above the 50-day as opposed to below the 50-day. And this thing happens cycle after cycle. So here's bear market space, right? The space between those two moving averages. And then bull market space all the way back here in 2017. We're waiting for that, the bull market space. But that shift and to get that space, it really takes some time. It takes some time and it takes a shift. And part of that shift starts with the 20-day crossing the 50-day. And we see what it looks like coming out of that last bull market, the 20 crossing below. Now we're getting ready to see what it looks like, the 20 crossing above. And so the move on this daily chart is exactly what we've been waiting for. And not only have we been waiting for it, and not only from a very similar technical analysis perspective, does that move look similar to Bitcoin kind of exiting the bull market and coming down, but even from just the shorter term technical analysis perspective, we have confirmation areas to track now. And they're happening right now before our eyes on this Bitcoin daily chart in the short term. To give you an idea of what I mean, I want to just take a very quick clip of this video. This is from March 15th, 3 weeks ago I did this. It's the upper trend line, but if we get the breakout, it's really $26,000 to $30,000. It's this entire region right here. I'm allowing Bitcoin to break through, put in some price discovery, and at some point along that line, kind of throw back to the trend line. And that is where I'd be evaluating, well, is there support now at that? That's where we are now, everybody. This was $24,600 or so, and Bitcoin, obviously weeks later, has done just that. We broke actually through that upper trend line. We tested the exact resistance area we were tracking, and we got a throwback, and we did see support. The question now, as we do sit here a little frustrated, a little kind of, well, I mean, I get frustrated when I look at these charts sometimes, and I'm like, come on, relax. This is what Bitcoin does. But we have to wait now, and we have to wait for confirmation areas. One of those is the 20-day moving average, and you can just see even right now, the daily consolidation on these candles is ridiculous. We have around 2 hours left of this current daily candle, and Bitcoin, you can't even see the candle. I'm zooming in. You can barely see the candle because it's camouflaged with the 20-day moving average in green. I should probably change the green 20-day moving average to a different color. But look at that. The candle right now, we have just consolidation at this first area of support that we want to see in relation to how we kind of tracked and looked at, well, what was Bitcoin doing back here when it was exiting the bull market? It was resistance at the 20-day moving average, right? Look at that. Just resistance right there. And namely, if you look at this, this was right after the 20-day moving average crossed below the 50-day. And you see resistance here. And then boom, continuation to the downside. We go over here, we're looking for support here. And this is, once again, to the flip side, right after the 20 days crossing above the 50-day, we're looking for support here, and then boom, to the upside. There's no guarantee that's going to happen. This is what we're waiting for. Support to the downside. If it doesn't happen, immediate support is not far away, just around $27,200, $300. This is the trend line, the upper trend line of this rising channel that we watch for continued bullish confirmation support. We need to continue tracking that because it's all within the range of consolidation, and we just have to let the data play out. We have to let Bitcoin give it some time. If it all holds true, there is continuation. Bitcoin makes another move to the upside. Maybe it's off the back of some type of good CPI data coming out, and that's in like 4 days. Something like that happens. Bitcoin, we have obviously the resistance area up to around $30,000. The target is still in play to the upside, $40,000. The journey could be very volatile, but the higher highs and higher lows could continue. To the downside, I want to touch on it because there's no guarantees at all, especially with the things that are going on right now. Headlines that come out, something could trigger a downside move. It could trigger support failing. It's a 20-day failing, and it's this failing. Where are the targets to the downside? We've been talking about them. Many of you might already know right off the bat. We track the 50-day moving average. So this could just be very simply a higher low. This could just be a little bit more pain along the process of higher lows and even a continued breakout, right? So falling back into the trend, hitting the 50-day moving average and continuing to the upside is 100% in play. But more cautiously, I always like to bring out the Fibonacci retracement. We have the swing low at the 200-day moving average to the swing high resistance, and we have our nice Fibonacci higher low channel, a more fair channel, conservative channel to the downside. We're looking at 16 to 21%, 22% to the downside in play for Bitcoin. And even in that environment, everybody, Bitcoin, in my opinion, just looking bullish, just continuing the story of exiting the bear market. And that's in play right now. That's the 618, right around 23,300 to the 786, around $21,700 or so. So that's what I'd be watching to the downside. We can only just wait for those moves to happen. The first confirmation area to signal that it might happen is really, for me, it's this trend line being broken. It's the consolidation that's happening here that we don't want to take a while, but it's taken a while. It's that being broken. It just hasn't happened yet. Could it happen overnight? Could it happen as I'm uploading this video? Absolutely. It's just what I'm watching. And this is all it is, everybody. This is how I see the charts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you're doing out there. I hope you are having a very good weekend. I will see you in the next video. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Have an awesome weekend. God bless.